38.5 years in education. I was introduced to Bridges by Dr. Judith Chandler about 12 years ago. And the mission of Bridges, as I see it, and Mrs. Schwartz also sees it, is a program that will give kids an opportunity to outdistance any circumstances that they may have come with or they may have been exposed to. So a structure in place, but within that structure, the Bridges program makes sure that kids have an opportunity to build that self-esteem, to get the support in academic areas that they need. So it's an excellent structure that is supported by the Furman University in this community. And so while the structure doesn't change, but within the structure, we change and meet the needs of all the students that, wherever they come from, wherever places they come from, we try to meet their needs. Well, I'm classified as an academic coordinator, but my job is to do whatever needs to be done to make sure Bridges run smoothly. Well, that will entail being in the classroom, assisting teachers, assisting students, dealing with minor problems, running errands if need be, or making sure the curriculum is where it needs to be. I've seen students come into the Bridges program at the beginning not knowing where they want to go, and not knowing about academics that much, or not knowing whether or not they want to go to college. Some have come in being first-generation college students, or either first-generation high school students. And so I've seen them not knowing what college life was all about, not knowing what was behind the next door, and Bridges has taken them through the process of adjusting and seeing their lives in a little different light. It's just wonderful. I like seeing students grow, and the students grow so much when they leave this program. So I just love being around kids. I love being able to put my hands on little things that they've done and being able to look back and say, I knew you 3 years ago. Now look at you. Well, we spend our time just looking at what the newspapers and the TV says about programs, especially in education. Every time you pick up a paper, there's something bad said about education. And a lot of the times, if you get into a program and see what is being done, a program like Bridges, and see what the kids go through and see what the outcomes are, then it makes you feel better about giving money toward education or donating toward education and seeing what the outcomes the kids are going to get from it. So I think that's very, very important. And sometimes we outside looking in make decisions without knowing what's really in the program or what the program is about. Hero next door. But just doing what I enjoy doing.
I nominated Harvey Choplin because he truly is the most humble, unassuming person I know. We succeed in Bridges to a Brighter Future because of Harvey Choplin. He is the person that is behind the scenes, making sure that everything is going the way that it needs to go. He even takes the time to notice the small, little changes in students. He notices the small details in the young people that we work with, and he takes the time to invest the relationship and create the relationship and maintain relationships with students. He's my right arm, my left arm, my right leg, my left leg. I succeed because of him.
Well, I appreciate it. It's great, but I just love kids. I get passionate about talking about education. It just kind of ties me up sometimes because I've seen it both ways. I've seen it when I was in it, and I'm outside looking in, and I see it. And so it's different, and if I was young enough and wanted to go back and come through the same situations again, I would, but I would do some things differently, and I would work harder at some things as a whole, not just me individual, but the system as a whole to improve the system.